The G-Way Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy G-Way holding it down. G-Way Podcast, kicking it alongside with my man Deacon.
Dirty.
And we got a special guest in the building. Them Gibson Films own Howard Gibson is in the house. What's happening?
Yes, I'm here. All right,
what's
good.
up, man. I
All
appreciate
good.
you taking the time, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate you asking me to come.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought we were going to have to do it via Zoom, but then I was told you can come in. I was like, yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Now, we get a little introspective here, so we like to kind of go back, and we were kind of talking a little bit off air, and so you got some similarities or some familiar locations.
Yes.
Well, we both from D.C.
Washington, D.C. Big up to D.C.
You know what I'm saying?
District.
Yeah. So I'm from Northwest, and you're from Southeast.
I'm from Southeast D.C.
That is, what's up? Shrimp boat.
The shrimp boat. Big up to Northwest, though. I love Northwest.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to Southeast. I remember back in the day, we would we were a little hesitant to run through Southeast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So what high school did you go to?
I went to Crossland High School, actually in Prince George's County.
PG, okay.
Yeah. So around about 12 or 13, we left Southeast and moved to Capitol Heights.
Gotcha.
See Pleasant, which was just a hair away from Southeast DC. It did, wasn't that different, but it turned into Maryland.
Okay, yeah.
And I went to Crossland High School. They shipped us all the way out.
Okay.
Out in Temple Hills, Maryland.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I went out there and that was an experience. And I went to Largo.
Largo, shout out. Okay, Largo, I'm familiar.
I was jumping around high schools those 4 years, but I did mainly Crossland High School in Temple Hills. But
right.
Yeah.
Now, during it at that time, were you involved in film? Were you involved in the arts in any kind of way?
Yeah, I always was. Very early on, my dad, he's a builder, so he would design. He's an architect, and he would build out buildings, and he's very creative. In that way. Yeah. And so before I was born, his hobby and his enthusiasm was the film business.
Gotcha.
To be a documentary film, So he always had, since I can remember, we saw 8mm and 16mm film reels hanging out around the house.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the way we saw our family movies were the old screen projectors. Remember those?
You pull them down?
Had to pull out the system, and you had to kind of take those 8mm and turn it on, and you hear it click, 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 click. So we just saw that. So
wow,
that's all my life.
Yeah.
So I very early on, I knew how to, say, Dad, I want to watch a movie, and I would take his, projection system out and learn how that process was, and so I played with film cameras.
Okay.
All my life, and then by '79, I was around, 78, and video VHS came about, and Daddy brought that home and told us to play with it.
Okay.
And Crystal, my big sister, Crystal and I, we were just always coming up with ideas. She the main one. She'd tell me do this and do that.
Right.
She'd come up with ideas. Say
so
how
she had the script. She had the story.
Always, she would have a dance routine. How are you going to learn this?
Wow,
with
me?
It was just one of those big sister type stuff. You're going to do this. So it was like, Crystal's like, we're going to make movies. And I'm like, all right. And that's how it started.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Now, did you do college?
I did UCLA. Now, it's kind of, I did the trade schools. Okay. So, kind of interesting. My sister and I used to do a lot of short films. Okay. So throughout my youth and up into my teens, that's mainly what we did.
Okay.
We were into music and we were making short films.
Okay.
So much so that all the family knew.
Gotcha.
And we would have people come over to watch our short films.
That's dope.
So they were always like, them Gibson. So they would always say that.
There we go. I was getting ready to ask you where the name come from.
Yeah, so them Gibson came from that. And then we were called the Wonder Twins. We weren't twins. She's 14 months older than me. But we act like twins. My mom would dress us, I guess, to not make us, sibling rivalry. So we would look the same. I'm the boy version, she the girl version, always. And so that's pretty much how that was.
Okay.
And so from my 13 to 18, I got into my church ministry. So my parents, big shout out to Parkway Baptist, now Great Commission. And we pushed that together. And so I saw small church, 30 members. And just being innovative with Bishop Parent at that time was Pastor Parent and my dad. They got together and said they would get into cable.
Okay.
And so I'm 13, and I'm like, Dad, I want to get in cable. And so we started the church ministry. And so that blew up. And that's when I met Apostle Verl Howard.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Vera.
Shout out to
that's
Apostle
my homie right there.
And I was very young, and she saw my focus.
Okay.
And she was very instrumental in keeping me focused a lot, man. Just saved me in many ways. And so over that time, in my teenage years, our church went from 30 to 5 or 10,000. Started getting really big.
Wow.
Yeah. And so our cable ministry, our television ministry was a main reason for that. And we ended up having a lot of high quality programming.
Project. Okay. Yeah.
And all in a while, I didn't realize I'm helped running this operation, and we were just dealing with a lot of cable companies and I'm sitting in these meetings. So
now you're learning the verbiage, you're learning
all of it, so, and I think about where I am today in 2021, in hindsight, I was trained this way. This is all I know, and so I was very focused as to what I would do, and I wasn't confused, man. I just always haven't been a confused person, because this is all I know. Train a child, and my dad did just that. And my other passion is building something, so I'm a foundational person too.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's why we kind of came back and did this, but mainly, from I would say from 13 to 18. Everybody came to our church.
Nice.
Fred Hammond came to the church.
Yeah.
Everybody, TD Jakes before he was TD Jakes, everybody knew. Everybody came through, and we were recording all of this. So I remember I got into this mode where we would have a program, shout out to one of my besties, Dietrich Haddon. He would come.
We just interviewed him yesterday.
That's the homie.
Dietrich is good people.
Yeah. Dietrich would come in. I give you a great example. Dietrich come in. We got him on a concert.
Yeah.
By the end of that concert, I done made 10,000 VHS tapes. Y'all remember those days?
Yeah, of course.
I'm in the back, man. I'm hitting the button. As soon as it goes down, okay, we're closing out. This is a closeout, and go. I'm 14.
Wow.
I got 6 cameras on him.
Wow.
I'm doing it like this. I got the open, I got the closing, I got, okay, now we going. Boom. And I'm putting out tapes, and then we got a long
part of the tape ministry too.
Yeah, that's right. And so that's what I know.
Okay.